Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We're going to talk today about a really important topic. It's one that I've got wrong, and I strongly suspect that 99% of you, especially if you're male, have got this wrong as well. And no, we are certainly not talking about any strange sexual activities or how to talk to girls, although trust me, I got that wrong more times than most of you. What we're going to talk about today is how important is weight when weight training. So let's get the first thing out of the way. Let's get the obvious stuff out of the way first. If you can do a bench press, you can bench 200 pounds for 10 reps. You train, you bust your arse, you eat properly, you recover properly. 6 months, 12 months, 9 months, 2 years later, it doesn't matter, time frame's unimportant. You can go from 200 pounds to 300 pound bench press for the same reps, same tempo. Are you going to be bigger? Of course you are. You'll have had something called myofibrillar hypertrophy, and your muscle cells will have got, I'm doing this because I wanted to talk about actin and myosin filaments rubbing together, but that's too complicated for a YouTube video. You will have forced, as a positive adaptation to lifting more weight, you will have forced your muscle cells, your muscle fibers to thicken up, and you will grow. And that will apply within reason with 1 reps or with 15 reps. With 1 rep it will be less because it's more of a neurological training response. With 15 reps you will be bigger than 1 rep because it's more of a hypertrophy, an actual sort of physiological muscle response. Does this mean that weight is everything? No. There is no one everything when it comes to training for bodybuilding, training for muscle building. What we're trying to do, we're trying to stimulate an adaptive response that forces your muscle to get thicker, get bigger, swell up, whatever type of hypertrophy we're going for. Now, what does this mean? If basic progressive overload, classic basic progressive overload was lift more weight for the same reps. You go in the gym, you lift more weight, you get stronger over time. I mean, it's almost the fundamental thing behind high intensity bodybuilding. And it's fundamentally flawed. It's fundamentally flawed, not because it's actually wrong, but it's like seeing the world through a straw. You're not really seeing a big enough picture because there are other variables that you should manipulate that will also place stress on the muscle. Obviously reps, tempo, rest intervals, frequency of application of stress, how often you train a body part, and volume, to name but a few, okay? And the big problem with the focus on weight, let's try to progress weight, linear progression of weight. Well, first of all, it's impossible to make linear progress, isn't it? If you start off benching 100 pounds, you're not going to plug away at it year after year and 10 years. 20 years later, be bench pressing 1,500 pounds. It's not possible. So you need to find other ways to stress rather than, to stress the muscle rather than thinking purely about weight. But really what I want to talk about is this thing that younger bodybuilders have, younger male bodybuilders have, because men are more, we tend to be more driven by numbers. And I've really fallen into this trap, by the way, really fallen into this trap. We are going to, we go in the gym, we're motivated, we're keen, and we try and beat our logbook, beat it for reps, beat the weight, and we don't give a fuck about the quality of the rep and the quality of the way that we lift the weight. Here is the deal, and here is the paradoxical thing. If weight is important, as I've just told you, but it's also totally unimportant in one respect. Your muscles do not know, you've maybe heard this before, your muscles do not know the weight that you are lifting. They can't read dumbbell says 60 pounds, dumbbell says 90 pounds. They haven't got a clue. What they do know about is the tension that you place on them. Therefore, you should execute the movement in order to place maximum tension on your muscle. If you place maximum tension on your muscle, you are going to maximize the mechanical stress imposed on your muscles, on your muscle fibers specifically, that in turn, if you use the right exercise protocols, is going to give you the biggest adaptive response, because you're going to place the biggest amount of stress on the body. And that's what you're after. I hope that makes sense. As always, please look, there's the questions below. Ask away, fire away with questions. And I'm going to circle back now and hopefully not repeat myself too much. So what you want to do, you want to find the ways to lift the weight so that maximum tension is maintained on the muscle. If you're doing a curl, I can make you curl with a 50-pound dumbbell or 100. Oh, well, I can curl. Let's use me. I can curl with a 100-pound dumbbell or a 50-pound dumbbell. My 100-pound curl with a little bit of this may even to you look the same as my 50-pound curl, but my 50-pound curl, because I'm going to lock my arm in the right position. I'm going to keep the tempo in the right way. I'm going to do all the little things that make the exercise harder, not easier, and that push the exercise onto my biceps, not bringing wrist, forearm, brachialis into play. I want everything onto my biceps. What's going to happen? I'm going to lift less weight, but the tension on my target muscle is key. What is better for your chest? A powerlifting style bench press. Tucked in, right? You're tucked in, I'm looking down my arms, you can't see. You're tucked in, your elbows might come in a bit. That's more triceps. Or a bodybuilding style bench press, which is going to resemble a guillotine press more, where the elbows are coming back. Forget about the safety of the exercise here for a second. It's not about safety, this is about stress on the muscle. This one, you're lifting less weight than a powerlifting style one. You're lifting less weight. But Nick said lifting more weight would make you bigger. Yes, but it's about tension as well, right? It's about, are you placing tension on the muscle in the right way? I think I've done lateral raises, dumbbell side lateral raises with 100-pound dumbbells. And my side deltoids looked like shit. Years and years and years later, I learned how to put tension on the muscle, and my deltoids actually didn't look too bad at all. So the point is, weight is relevant. It's relevant. Don't let anybody tell you it's not. This is where women fall down, by the way. They don't lift enough weight. They go, oh, I can't lift this weight, I can't lift this weight. And you see them lifting weight that's so light, it would never change. You know, it's lighter than their fucking handbag. What's the point? So weight is important. But it's a tool. The weight is a tool. It's not, I've lifted this weight for 10 reps, therefore I'm going to grow. No, it's I've used this weight to impose this tension on my muscle that I never had before. I'm going to grow. So you have, when you're going into the gym, you have to get into your head. I mean, you do want to make, you do want to beat your logbook, because you want to do today more than you did before, because that is giving your body a chance. You're making your body, you're forcing it to grow. Because your body doesn't want to change, right? Your body likes homeostasis, likes to stay level. By doing a little bit more, you're going to push it that little bit further, because it has to make the positive adaptive response. But your body doesn't have a flaming clue if you've just done 200 pounds or 250 pounds. It has a clue about the tension. So if you are struggling with your results at the moment in the gym, you're a bit disappointed, take a step back. If you can't feel a movement, if you're doing pull downs for your back and you can't feel the movement and you're using the stack, knock it down by at least 50%. This isn't an instructional video about how to lift a weight and how to do a pull down. Initiate the movement, right? Get the intention right first. Initiate the movement with your back muscles, not with a jerk. And then squeeze down, come up, full range, stretch, squeeze, okay? Shorten, lengthen the muscle, that's what you're doing. And get the angle right to hit the maximum tension. And then, so then you do, and you've gone from a £100 pull down to a £50 pull down for the same reps. But your muscle doesn't have a clue that you're lifting less weight. Your muscle thinks, oh, Johnny's making me lift more weight because it's never felt as hard as this before. Boom! All of a sudden you've got it back. It's important. Take your ego out. Your ego should drive you to train properly and to train hard. Not, I'm going to look at this number, I'm going to look at this number, I'm going to look at this number, I'm going to look at this number. Numbers are important, but it's not even a residual or a side effect. It's important. It's important, and the numbers are a driver, and I know that. But always you must think tension on the muscle, tension on the muscle, tension on the muscle. My muscles haven't got fucking eyes in their head. They can't fucking see what I lift. You're trying to impress the girl next to you, the guy next to you. Fuck that shit, right? Impress your muscles. How do you impress your muscles if they can't see? You impress your muscles by how they feel, right? By what they're feeling. Make them feel like they're on fire. Make them feel like they're burning. They're tearing. You're tearing the muscle fibers. That's what you want to feel. I hope that makes sense. As always, questions below, please. And I'm grateful for. We're grateful if you subscribe as well to these videos, because it gives me encouragement to keep producing more, and ideally, really go for it, because I find a lot of YouTube guys now very interesting, and it's interesting for me to have conversations with you. So, comments below. Thank you.